All right. Hey, guys. Thanks so much for joining me for our Monday night team huddle. I am like I am at the end of my very first school day, homeschooling my kids, working the business, doing extracurricular activities, doing all the things. And I survived with only 4 Confianza today. So I'm very proud of myself. And I now officially know what it feels like to be the mom of a middle schooler with all the extracurricular activities and work a full-time business. So I can tell you guys honestly, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So you will survive. And shout out to all you mamas who have had kids in school for the last couple of weeks and you're getting into the full swing of things with all the activities and still enrolling. It's absolutely incredible. So for those of you who are new, my name's Noelle. I've been in the business for 8.5 years and absolutely love what we do here. And I am more excited about what is going on at this moment in time than I think I've ever been about anything that's happened in the company in the past. And so we have a special guest who doesn't have a ton of time, so we're actually just going to jump right into talking with her. And let me just make sure that everybody's muted really quickly. But Montana Long, you guys, is a triple diamond on our team. She's absolutely phenomenal. In the past, she has been the company's top distributor enroller out of all 100,000 distributors. And she is just an amazing leader, an amazing friend, and she has accomplished what we call a full cycle. And what that means is that you are not just enrolling your 4 customers and your 1 distributor, because as you guys know, or as you don't know what I'm going to share with you right now, we have a new promotion right now where you can sign your 4 customers and a friend, and then you're going to earn $150. So yay. So that's awesome. All of you reset as brand new distributors on September 1st. So we're going to get into that a little bit more after we talk to Montana, but you all reset. So you all have the opportunity to right now enroll 4 customers and a friend and earn $150. So drop a 1 in the comments if you guys want to earn $150. Because that's an awesome bonus. And these are paid out weekly, just like Fast Start bonuses, because these are the new Fast Start bonuses, right? Okay, well then, the second part of that, which is the most important part, is that you teach that 1 friend to do what you just did. You teach that 1 friend to enroll 4 customers and a friend. And then you get you get basically a coaching bonus. You get a mentorship bonus of $350. That's $500, you guys, okay? And that's what we call a complete cycle. So I'm super excited for those of you who are enrolling your customers and enrolling your distributors and doing your 4-in-1. But really what I'm super excited about is the people who can mentor that distributor to do their 4-in-1. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And then after we talk to Montana, we're going to get into some objections, and I'm going to give you guys some scripts and some things like that. But Montana, will you just come on here? You can unmute yourself and let's talk to you, girlfriend. Let me find you.
I'm here, girl. I'm
here. Right. Hey, how are you?
I am running around like a crazy mama that I am.
Yes, of course you are. Okay, so give everybody just a little background on you, who you are, where you're from, how long you've been in the business, how many kids you have, all the things.
Well, you're definitely going to hear my kids in the background, okay, because they are extra, just like loud and excited tonight. We just got home from football and cheer and just all the things. We are always like on the go, you guys. So I started this business about 7.5 years ago, simply just because I needed extra grocery money. I didn't see anything else from it. I didn't know that people made a full-time income out of this business. I had no idea. But I was working 12 hours as a nurse at an urgent care with 3 babies, ages like 1, 2.5, and 4, almost 5 years old when I started this business. And so I just said, I'm ready for more. I'm ready to do something different. This was my different, because I'm an introvert, you guys. Drop a 1 if you're an introvert. So, hey. So I'm an introvert. So doing something like this was extremely out of my comfort zone. But you know what? through every day and every month and every week, just confidence grew and belief grew over time. And so I made this business my full-time income by month 3, and lots of life happened throughout my 7.5 years, you guys, just so many ups and downs and things that I had to work through personally for me. But now we bought a house this year, well last year, I can't say this year, last year, and land, and you guys, I get to do this business full-time as a single mom of 3, like 24/7 with my kids. That's a blessing right there, because that's when I learned freedom and not to trade pennies for freedom. And that's the biggest lesson I've learned because of this business. So I just love it with a passion every day, and to have that freedom. So that's a little bit about me, you guys.
Okay, I love that. So you have completed your 4-in-1, which means you earned your $150. And then you went right ahead, like in the first week of the month, you went ahead and you taught that distributor to do their 4-in-1, which means that you earned $500, and you completed a full cycle, which we know is an entry is 1/3 of what you have to do to earn your Christmas cash, that $5,000, well, $3,500. So, okay, so let's talk about one, how you enroll distributors. And I know you don't have a ton of time, so we're going to keep this brief. But how you enroll distributors, and then how did you mentor your distributor to enroll her 4-in-1?
Okay, so something I do and I have done for this last year of my business is I'm on TikTok 24/7. Like, I am on TikTok, and if you're scared of TikTok, it's okay. Once you get on there, you'll get over it. I promise you, because that was me last year. I had to think to myself, what am I doing that I should be doing that is uncomfortable and I'm not doing it? And it was TikTok. And so 99% of my enrollments, you guys, whether it's customers or distributors, they all come from TikTok. It's how I grow my following for Instagram and Facebook. It's how I have new conversations, and I never run out of people to talk to, I promise, and never do. And this is how I'm able to just have legit conversations with actually interested people who want to have that change in their life. And so I am on there just sharing my story, you guys. I make it so simple. Everything I do on there is super duplicatable. I literally just smile and I do this, okay? That's it. I always tell everybody I'm not funny. I can't tell jokes. I definitely can't do voiceovers and match them. I can't do any of that stuff. This mama cannot dance at all either. So I just keep it so simple by just sharing my story, which is what? It's relatable to people, okay? And so I am on TikTok there, so that's my how I do things when it comes to my customers, getting my 4 customers, getting my 1 distributor, and I keep it consistent throughout everything that I do, right? I could easily just favor TikTok and not do the other things, but I don't do that. I do host a post, I message, I follow up. I'm consistent in my stories every day, showing just who I am, my kids are, this business, products, everything. What else? I follow up, post, TikTok, Reels, Instagram Reels. So I do everything. Like I said, it could be so easy for me to just favor TikTok and that's all I do every day, but I don't. I do all of it, okay? And I don't let up on any of it. So that's my how I do things, okay? Now, when I had my new distributor join, here's the very important thing I want you to realize. Watch who you choose to partner with. Okay, in this business, you get to choose who you partner with. That is something I got very, very picky about 6 months ago, and I asked them just simple questions. Are you going to be somebody who's going to show up to your business even when life circumstances happen, or maybe you're crazy busy? I'm going to ask them that. I'm going to ask them, are you somebody who is self-motivated and disciplined to make sure that you reach your goals even when it's hard? Are you somebody that's going to be teachable even when it's something uncomfortable or new that you haven't done before? So after I go through all the information with them, they give me their phone number and I'm getting ready to sign them up, I will stop and I will ask them those specific questions to make sure, are they somebody that I want to partner with? Because I have to work with this person every day, right? So I want to make sure that they're actually serious about wanting to change, because there are some people who want to change and there's the people that actually take action to have the change. I want those people. I want to partner with those people. And so I'm very picky about who I choose to partner with. You guys can get picky in your business. You don't have to partner with everybody, okay? Noelle taught me that like 5 years ago. And I remember her listening to her. I'm like, really? Do I have to do that? And then the more I got into my business, I'm like, I should probably be picky about who I do invest my time into, right? Because when I am mentoring somebody, that takes time away from my kids and my family and all my things, right? So I want to make sure who I'm choosing to partner with is that. And then I kept it so simple, so simple. Just like Noelle has for her team, the boards app, and how she has a training of how to launch all your distributors every single day and what you should do for them. That's all I'm using. I'm not sending them certain things every day. No way. They have their boards app as their resource, and I'm voice messaging them, and then I'm getting on a one-on-one call with them as soon as they join. So as soon as they join, I'm getting on a one-on-one call like, hey, why are you here? What do you need out of this? What is your why? Right? I want to know that. And then I'm going to share mine in return with them so we can relate together. We can talk about that together. And so that's how I do my own enrollments. And then that's how I launch somebody.
I think that that's so important, you guys. Did you hear what she said? She says she gets on the phone with them. And that instantaneous relationship connection is one of the things that will make or break whether your distributors stick with you or not. And the most distributors are going to duck out in their first 3 months. Some of you might think it's 3 days, right? But they're going to bail on you if they feel like they don't have a strong connection with you, right? They're going to think, oh, she doesn't really know me. She doesn't really care about me. She doesn't understand me. I've got all this life going on. There's no way I can juggle, my new baby and my business, and my husband just lost his job, or, I got COVID, or whatever it is. And they think that they can't do this because they don't really feel like they have a connection to you. So getting on the phone with them is so, so important. I like to FaceTime with my distributors if I can. I'm like, let's hop on a FaceTime call because I want to see you. I want to talk to you. I want to know what your why is face to face. And establishing that relationship connection first thing is so, so important. So when you are taking your distributor through their launch, what are just some of the first things you do to get them? I mean, so for signing customers, are we going straight to host to post, or what are you doing?
Okay, so I have them jump in full force. I have a welcome video that I have on mine. So it kind of like, it lays out how we're getting paid, what your first goals are. And then that's all I go over. Because if you go over any more than that, they're going to be like so lost, and they're going to be confused, and they're going to be overwhelmed. So I just give them the basics of, hey, this is your first goal. This is all I want you to focus on, right? And if they sign distributors on the way, then guess what? That's great. That's great that happens. But we focus on their customers first. We want to get them locked into their first 4 customers, which means I give them a first post to put on their page. So, and it doesn't say what they're doing, the first post. It just kind of, hey, I started something new type thing. And it kind of gains interest. And then we'll message people from there. I get them to start messaging what we call like a chicken soup list, but is basically their family, their friends, people they know. People that are already on their Facebook, I give them a green light to go and message, because most people that are on their Facebook, they already have some kind of relationship with, or know they went to school with, whatever it is. And so I get them to start messaging right away. They already have their scripts board, so they already know how to respond to people when they want information on a certain kind of product. But anytime they are stuck on something, I say, hey, just screenshot it to me and I'm going to help you. So we do a lot of screenshotting, which I feel like is super important to help people through their messaging and who they're talking to and what they're doing. Because y'all, I am not going to lie. When I first started, I was terrible with conversations. Okay. Absolutely just terrible. And so I know that's something I can really help a new distributor learn and get the hang of and build that belief right there, is those conversations. We automatically get into their stories. If they come from TikTok, we're going to start posting TikToks. Okay. That is how I keep that, because most of them do already post like funny TikToks or anything like that. So I get them straight on TikTok with their business instead of just funny things. When now with their business, and they're presenting it there. And then that's where we start day one. We just kind of keep it super forward into what we're doing, but simple at the same time. Okay. And then we do. So if they get a no message, like they say, hey, no, I'm not interested in that, guess what? I'm going to automatically show them how to host a post. So if host a post, most likely 99.99% comes up on their first day, and I help walk them through that. And then this helps them see like the vision of what host a post is and how it's going to grow their business. And this is why I like to have the one-on-one call after the first day, because when I get on that one-on-one call, they're like, and I go over everything, and they're like, oh my gosh, this makes so much more sense. This is all coming together. It's coming full circle, right? So yeah, that's what we jump into.
I love it. And I love that you're just like, okay, we're going to message your friends and family. We're going to message your chicken noodle soup list or your dirt list. Like I always tell my distributors, I'm like, think of who you would invite to your birthday party, your baby shower. You know, who would you ask to come help you move? These are your people. Like these are your people. Like we're going to talk to these people first because they're for sure. Like if you were selling dirt, they would buy it because they love you. Those are the people we're going to message first. But then you're teaching them how to turn what some would see as a negative rejection of no into a positive of no worries, girlfriend. If you just throw up a post for me, it's like passing out a digital business card. That would mean the world to me, and I can get you entered into this giveaway. That's so simple. And it's hands-on teaching. I love that.
Yeah, and it helps build that confidence because from the get-go, I tell them, listen, I don't care what kind of response you get. I have a response for everything. Like we always have a response to everything. So if you get tons of no's, guess what? We're going to get tons of host to post up, which means we're going to get your business growing. And that kind of just relieves that, oh, it's okay to get told no. And they understand that it's okay now. Because like you said, a lot of people would be like, oh, I got told no, I got told no. And they would freak out. Like my business is never going to grow. No, that's not the case. And so they get to see that from day one just because we're diving into it. And as fast as they go is as fast as I mentor. So I can't, and I always tell them that I can't mentor you more than what you take action for. And so that's a huge thing right there too.
Okay, so how many of you have signed a distributor and 30 days into the business, they're on day 2 of the boards? Just drop a 2 in the chat. Guys, Triple Diamond, Montana Long, company's top enroller, myself, it's normal. You guys, it happens to all of us, okay? So it's not you, it's them, right? So this is like a breakup. It's not me. Or it's not you, it's me. Okay, in this case, it's not you, it's them. Okay, so just remember that and go recruit fresh blood. That's just what we do. You need to go find somebody who's going to show up for themselves because you can't want it for them more than they want it for themselves. Okay, awesome. So do you have any last tips for just encouraging helping your distributors to enroll distributors?
Okay, so the first biggest thing that I have learned, and I always share these two tips. It's something that Jade Hooper has taught me over these years. And she said the first one is the only reason you're enrolling more customers than you are distributors is because it's easier to get an easy sale and sign a customers, and signing distributors takes more work than it does to sign a customer. And so therefore, what you're doing in your business is easy, and all you're going after is the easy part of it. And that's why you're not signing distributors, because you're not going after that part that we are in business for. Okay. The second thing is why wouldn't you help somebody else put food on their table while blessing your own table at the same time? And so I want to ask you guys that. If you are scared to sign distributors, you think you're going to fail as a mentor, or you just don't have what it takes, listen, I've been doing this 7 years and I fail daily, just in different areas, every day, okay? It's okay if you forget things. It's okay if you fail at something. It's okay if you don't have the right answer to something. Listen, you're going to mentor them with your whole heart, and you're going to teach them what you know, and you're going to help duplicate that into them. Okay, you are not here to be a perfect leader. You are here to be a learning leader. That is what you're here for. And so that's the biggest thing that I keep in my mind every single day is just be a learning leader and listen to my distributors, but also just go to them and build that relationship with them. I had a really hard time building relationships in this business because I didn't understand the value of it. I didn't understand the why of it. Why do I have to do that? But the more I've worked in this business, I realized, you know what? Friendships in this business can be forever. And also building that belief into somebody else is the best feeling I've ever felt in my entire life. Is being able to see somebody that come in and they didn't have that belief, but you help them every single day build that belief. And I'm talking about the people that actually want to work on themselves, that actually want to grow and want to change. You're going to sign people who just say they do, but then they don't. That happens, okay? Don't get discouraged over that kind of thing. Like Noelle said, it's not you, it's just them. And they might message you in 6 months and say, hey, I'm ready. Hey, I'm ready to do this. That happens too. So don't ever feel discouraged. I want you to focus on you. I want you to focus on how can you get your 4-in-1 and then choose to mentor your whole heart out to that one person as long as they allow you to. Okay? Because there's going to be that difference. So like I've been saying since the month has started, it's time for a lot of people to get off the sidelines that are just cheering other people's success on. And it's time for you to get back into the game. Because that's what I see a lot of the times is that, yes, you are a great cheerer, like on the sidelines. I'm so proud of everybody getting their 4-in-1 and doing it. But you think to yourself, well, not me. I can't do that. You're still like disqualifying yourself over and over and over again. This isn't the time for you to do that. Yes, other people are going to get their $5,000 cash bonus, and that's going to be an amazing blessing to their family. But why wouldn't you want to bless your own family with that? Yeah, is it going to be challenging? Yeah, it is. It is. But you know what? At the end of the day, when it comes to December 10th and the cutoff is over, you are going to be so dang proud of yourself that you fought for that and you got that $5,000 bonus or maybe even earned it twice. So I would say get off the sidelines. Yes, still cheer people on, but get yourself back into the game and just learn as you go.
So good. So good. Thank you so much for sharing with us. And just thank you for all of your wisdom. I hope you guys got some awesome, awesome notes. Do you want to share really quickly about your Zoom that you do at 9 or at 10 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah, so Monday and Wednesday, I host a devotional Zoom. So this is where I'm going to read things over to you. We're going to kind of discuss it and talk about it. And then I ask you 3 to 4 different questions that you are going to journal about. And these questions aren't always easy questions. These are sometimes really, really hard questions, but they help you build that belief and that confidence and build that faith back into yourself and also your business at the same time. We end with prayer, and then I usually give you about 2 to 3 tasks to do before we get off of that Zoom. And it usually lasts like 42 minutes, usually, okay? I do it Monday and Wednesday, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, and everybody is free to get on.
Awesome. Thank you so, so much. And if you want to drop your Zoom info in the chat, you can, and people can hop on in like 30 minutes. So that would be amazing. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to grab this Zoom information and I'll put it right in here for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys. So one of the things that always stands out to me about people like Montana or people that are doing their things and teaching the things that we need to be doing is that they have a why that is so, so important. They have a why that's going to drive them to show up for their business when maybe their kid has been puking for the last 12 hours, or when they have just worked in, a 12-hour shift as a nurse and they're like, all I want to do is just come home and sit down and my feet feel like they're going to fall off, but I need to do something. Like they have something that's driving them. And I want to read you this story. And I just want you to listen to this and go ahead and grab the Zoom ID and password out of the chat that Montana just dropped for us. And then you guys can hop on with her in a little bit. But I just want you to listen to this. A young student approaches his mentor one day and asks, "Sir, how do I become successful? It seems I am missing something. I've tried different businesses. I have worked hard. I am great with people and I know how to focus, but it seems everything I try never works out the way that I plan." The mentor looked at the student for a moment and said, "Let me tell you a story." It's Thursday morning and Roger rises slowly out of bed, his bones aching and head spinning. It takes a good 10 minutes just to get to his feet. His wife and daughter are still asleep. He walks slowly to the bathroom, and next to the mirror, there is a scale. He hops on just like every morning over the last 15 years. It reads 589 pounds. He's 39 years old and has been battling obesity his entire life. He hasn't weighed less than 400 pounds since he was 19 years old. Roger has tried every diet, every exercise regimen, and every weight loss program out there. Thousands of useless dollars down the toilet, he thought. He started thinking of how hard he had tried over the years. He truly gave it everything he had, and regardless of effort, he never managed to lose more than 40 to 50 pounds, and it always came back shortly after. Depressed, he finally accepted the fact that it's just not possible. Maybe my body type and metabolism won't allow me to lose weight, he thought. One night, Roger and his family were out having dinner at their favorite restaurant, and he looked up and saw an uneasy look on his daughter's face. She was 12 years old, and she was his world. Moments later, she collapsed and passed out at the table. The police were called, and a few moments later, an ambulance arrived to take her to the hospital. Roger and his wife rushed to the hospital, scared to death, and prayed dearly that she was okay. They were in the waiting room for about an hour when the doctor came in with a worried look on his face. He explained that their daughter was stable, but there was a big problem. Her kidneys were failing, and although she was on dialysis, she was going to need an immediate transplant. Roger, still in disbelief, immediately offered to be a donor for his daughter. The doctor nodded, and the workups began for the transplant. But a few minutes later, the doctor came in and had a sad tone in his voice. He informed Roger that the workups came back, and the news wasn't good. Due to his weight, it would not be possible to do the procedure, and Roger could not donate his kidney to his daughter. It would be too dangerous, and they simply could not take the risk. Roger, holding back tears of disbelief, asked the doctor a simple question. I have to be my daughter's donor. How can I make this happen? How much weight would I need to lose, and how much time do I have for this to work? The doctor, looking concerned, informed Roger that to even consider the procedure, he would have to lose 250 pounds in the next 5 months for it to be possible to do the procedure. The mentor looked at the student and asked him a simple question. Do you believe Roger lost the weight? The student replied immediately, of course he did. Then there's the answer to your question, the mentor wisely replied. If you can truly understand why he lost the weight that time and not all of the other times, you will truly understand how to be successful in anything you pursue in life. It's not the how, it's always the why that holds people back from their dreams and desires. Make your why meaningful, make it emotional, make it worth going all in for. When your why becomes big enough, you become unstoppable and success becomes inevitable. What's your why? I want you guys to put your why in the comments. And I've always said, if you don't have a why that makes you cry, then you need to reevaluate. If something big is not on the table for you, then you can just throw this business away in a second. And it doesn't really matter, right? It's like, I mean, that was fun. They have some good products. I met some cool people. I got on some Zooms. That was fun, right? But I don't really need it. Because if you don't really, really need this, there's nothing that's going to give you the passion and the fire that you need to share this business with people. And one day we'll have Montana share her entire story, you guys, but she didn't pay her light bill so that she could join this business. She said she started for gas money. Like she legitimately started for $100 a month because they couldn't put gas in their car. Like she was a military wife and she couldn't leave the base because they had no money for gas. So she didn't pay her light bill so that she could start this business so that she could literally drive off post just to have a life. But it became so much more. And because of that, she's able to bless so many lives. You guys, I started this business because I had $30,000 in student loan debt. And I was constantly fighting with my husband about finances. And my dreams, every time I mentioned a dream to him, he would just scoff and say, well, that's never going to happen. Because we didn't have the money. We didn't have the finances. We were never going to have the finances. That was never going to be a thing for us unless we made a change. And because we made a change, now we're debt free. We're teaching our children to grow up with financial responsibility. We're teaching other families how to become debt free. We're teaching other families how to build wealth from their phone, right? And that's just the business side of things. But I want you guys to think about, what is your why? And then as you're trying to get your 4-in-1, think about, why am I not recruiting distributors? Or maybe, why are you recruiting distributors? You have to be passionate about what you have your hands on. I want you guys to take away the scripts, and I do have some scripts that I want to share with you. But I want you to take away the distributor recruiting scripts, and I just want you to share from your heart. Like, I even want you to go back to, if you can, go back to your conversation with your sponsor and see what they said to you. How did they talk to you? What was their story? What did you relate to? How did they present it where you responded? Because I am a firm believer in, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. There's going to be people who are just like ready and need this opportunity. You guys, they need this $5,000 by Christmas. And there's a difference between want and need, right? But if you can just share from your heart, you guys voice message them. Like, or if you don't want a voice message, I mean, talk to text and tell them exactly what is on your heart right now, and tell them why you're excited. So I wanted to share some scripts for you guys, with um, some hesitations and some no's and some excuses that people give as far as recruiting is concerned. But I want to know specifically what your questions are so that I can help answer those. But one of the things that I want you to do is, now in your eSuite, is the 4-in-1 Fast Start program printout. So I want you, I've always been like a pen and a paper girl. I like lists. I like to write things down. I like to see it visually in front of me. And I think that that actually brings success, no matter how like technologically centered you are. I really think that there's something about having it in front of you, whether it's on your iPad Pro and you're writing with your smart pencil, or you actually print it out, or maybe you don't have a printer, so you draw it out on a piece of paper. I don't care what you do. Your goals need to be in front of you. So they have the 4-in-1 printout in your eSuite, in your document library. I want you guys to go print that. Or go and screenshot it on your phone. So it's like your background. So you're seeing it every single day. And your goal is 4 customers and 1 distributor. And then all you're going to do is teach that 1 distributor how to go sign 4 customers and a friend. And when you do that, just like we talked to Montana, you've completed a full cycle and you're going to make $500. So what do I want you guys to focus on? Couple things. One, back in the day, those of you who have been with me for a long time, Patty's probably the only person who remembers this, but we used to say, fast 4, secure with 7. Okay? Meaning, get your 4 customers fast, and then we're going to secure that 4 with 7, meaning 3 more. Why? Because people will cancel. People will have a credit card decline. Their loyal customer agreement will not be completed, basically. And you need 4 customers with a total of 180 GV. So make sure you're tracking their GV. And they all have to complete their loyal customer agreement for the Christmas cash bonus. Okay? So make sure that you sign your 4. That's great. Then let's go back and let's secure it with 7. So what I'm doing personally is I've signed 5 on my account now. I just signed 1 on my husband's account today. I'm going to sign 5 more on his account. Then I'm going to go back to mine, add a couple more. Then I'm going to go back to his and add a couple more. Okay. Because personally, this sister's trying to make $10,000 by Christmas. That's me, right? I'm going for the 10,000 in bonuses, like go big or go home, right? And if I don't make it, I don't make it. It's okay. What will have happened in the process is my business would have grown. My team would have grown. My check would have grown. And maybe I make half of that. We'll see. But I figure I might as well try, right? So I want you to focus on not only your four, but your four need to equal 180. And if they don't equal 180, that's okay. Just go and roll four more. It'll equal 180, I promise. So go do that, but then just make sure that you secure that. But then as far as distributors are concerned, you guys, if you haven't seen this, I want to just bring this to your attention just so you can see it. If you open up your boards app, and you can do this after the Zoom, but if you open up your boards app and you go to the PDT file, which is potential distributor, there is a folder in there called Convo with a Host. Now, this is specifically written for you guys as a conversation with somebody who comes from a host to host. Okay, so Convo with a Host. And the beginning of it is the ask. But if you're already, you've asked them in some other way, shape, or form, the rest of the conversation is kind of there. Gives them some information about, what we do. We're online marketers, blah, blah, blah. And that's fine. I want you to know that this conversation is here for you to reference. But what's going to give you the biggest, the best effect, the best success rate is you just being you. That's it. You sharing your story. Voice message, you guys. Say, I'm super nervous to be voice messaging you right now, but I am because I need to I want to share with you why I started and what this has done for me. And I don't care if what this has done for you is giving you a tank of gas a month. That's a story. That's a story that somebody needs, okay? Maybe it's paying your electric bill. Maybe it's paying your car payment. Maybe it's paying your mortgage. And maybe it's just taking you out on a date night with your spouse. It doesn't matter what it is. That's your story. And if you don't have a story yet, your story is where you're going. And even if you have a story, your story is still where you're going. Where you were, where you are, where you're going. And as you can passionately share that with people, they're going to respond to you. So personally, what am I doing for my business? I am talking to as many people as possible about this opportunity for the Christmas cash, because really this week is kind of the deadline to get started for them to actually be eligible for the $3,500 bonus. And I have talked to 6 people this week. I talked to 3 people just today. You guys, I scheduled my calls around my kids' school. And I said, I can do a call at 2:30. I can do a call at 3. I can do a call. I was on my way to horseback riding. I did a call in the car. Like, I can do my calls around my kids and around my family. And I get on the phone with them and I'm like, let's talk about this. Just tell them what you do. Tell them about the 4-in-1. Tell them how easy it is. I'm not holding anything back. I'm like, okay, let's talk about how you can earn $5,000 by Christmas. This is what you have to do. You have to find 4 people who want to try the products. And I tell them, I say, we're going to teach you how to do that. We have this reverse marketing system that is 100%, it's 100% effective. Most people who do host to post consistently are going to enroll between 10 and 40 customers a month. Would you guys agree with that? Anybody who does host to post consistently, just drop a 2 in the chat if you agree. If you do host to post consistently every single day, you will enroll between 10 and 40 customers a month. That's what I've seen from my entire team. And maybe you're not enrolling 10 small customers, but you're enrolling 5 big customers, 120 to 150 BB. Like, that's what I see consistently. So I know that that's a thing. So I can tell them that confidently. We're going to teach you how to find your 4. They don't even need host to post to find their 4, you guys. They're going to sign their 4 from their close friends and family, okay? And then I say, and then you have to find 1 friend to do this business with you. Do you think you can do that? They're like, yeah, I think I can do that. I'm like, okay, now here's your second step. We are going to teach your friend to do what you just did. Teach your friend to find 4 customers, and then teach your friend to sign a friend who wants to do this business with you. Do that 3 times. September, October, November, and you earn $1,500, and then you earn $3,500 Christmas cash. $5,000 in bonuses on top of your commissions, which means your new distributor is going to be making about $6,000, I would estimate, $6,000 to $7,000, depending on how fast their team is growing, by December 15th. How many of you, drop it in the chat, how many of you would like to sign a new distributor and have them earn $7,000 by December 15th. Because I think that is a bomb testimony of how great this company is, how great the compensation plan is, how simple the system is. How many of you guys want to earn $7,000 by Christmas, right? Like, that would change your Christmas. But it's more important to think about, okay, if I had, let's just say $5,000. We're gonna be frugal with this. $5,000 deposited into your account December 15th. I want to know what you guys would do with that. Have you thought about that? What would you do with that money? Put that in the chat. What would you do if you got a $5,000 deposit into your bank account December 15th? I want you to think about that. And then I want you to post that on your mirror, write that on your bathroom mirror, put that on your refrigerator, put that on your rearview mirror in your car. That should be the thing that you're thinking about all the time, because that's what's going to get you to work every single day. And maybe it's just that you're good, your family's good, like you could use the money, but you don't really need it. And maybe you just want to help other people. Maybe like that's what's driving you, is you're like, I want to help that single mom who has a hard time having Christmas for her kids. This is your opportunity to do that. And I think it's so cool. But you guys, your kids have to, like, or your distributors have to be enrolled like now, like the 15th. And the reason I say that is because you've got to do a full cycle in September. And it's going to be pretty hard to teach a new distributor to come in like September 25th and in 5 days get their 4, do their 4-in-1, and teach their 4-in-1. Okay, so does that make sense? If they start now, they've got 2 weeks. They have 2 weeks to complete their cycle one time. And then let's go ahead and do it 2 more times in November or in October, because we don't need to wait for November, right? We're just gonna get it done. So I want you guys to think about having that sense of urgency. And then we're gonna talk about some objections. So do you guys have questions? Any questions? Just drop them in the chat. I love your whys. Oh my gosh, Brittany, your teeth look so good. Did you just have enough? I think you're having more dental issues. I thought that you got that all fixed and they looked amazing. But that would be, yeah, that would be huge. That would be like huge for your confidence. Okay. Let's look at some things. Oh, I also have another tip to give you guys. Okay. How many of you know that Klarna is not working anymore? Klarna is not working anymore. The company will not let you use it. For those of you who don't know what that is, it is a payment plan that we had been able to use in the past, where your distributor could get started for a fraction of the price up front, and then every 2 weeks would get charged a little bit more until their kit was paid in full. Okay. It does, Tiffany, but they still have to do it before December. So super limited amount of time, which is why your distributors have 30 days to earn their $150. Your distributors have 30 days to earn their $1,500. Let's say that. They don't have unlimited time to get the Christmas cash. Okay. So that's really, really important. We're on so the $1,500 is awesome. Like, I am super stoked about that change in our compensation plan, that we can confidently recruit distributors and say, you can make $1,500 plus commissions in your first 3 months. That's awesome. That means like $2,000 in their first 3 months. Like, sign me up for that. There's not a lot of companies out there that can offer that. So I think that's awesome. But the Christmas cash, you guys, like, that's $3,500 extra. That's what we want to focus on. So Klarna used to be a thing in the past. If you guys are still trying to use it, it doesn't work anymore. Okay. So 2 different things I want to share with you, because often you have a conversation with somebody, you connect with them, everything's great. Yes, I want to join your team. And then you're like, okay, it's only $149 to get started. Okay. How many of you have ever had a distributor, a potential distributor, totally freeze on you, stop responding to you, totally ghost you once you drop the price of the kit? Okay. All the time, right? Okay. So 2 options for you. One, we have PayPal. right? PayPal's an option to check out. Well, when you check out with PayPal, there is a, oh my gosh, my brain just like stopped working. There's a payment plan. Easy Pay. Sorry. I'm like, what's the name of it? It's called Easy Pay. There's an Easy Pay option when you check out with PayPal, and it allows you to pay just a portion. It doesn't do a credit check like Klarna, which is great. And it literally will just charge you monthly. And I believe you can actually extend it out to 6 months with the Easy Pay option. And then you can get your business started right then and there with just a fraction of the cost. Okay, so that's one option. Check out with PayPal, use the Easy Pay option. Now, there is this other option right now, and it's called Zip or Quad Pay. So when you look at the app, it'll say Zip and it'll say used to be called Quad Pay. Quad Pay because it breaks your payment up into 4, which is awesome. Again, no credit check. So as you are going in to enroll distributors, you can get all of their information, go to your website, enter it so that you know exactly what their tax and their shipping is going to be on their 149 BBK. Then you can go to Quad Pay and you can let them know exactly how much it's going to be. And I believe it's something like $39 and some change times 4. I need to like do the math on that again. But that gives you an option as well to get them started for less money. But at the end of the day, you guys, I talk to people who are like, I don't have the money, I can't do this. But at the end of the day, that's kind of why we're talking about the business, because you're broke. So let's have that conversation, right? And I'm not afraid to have that conversation with people. I'm like, no kidding, sister. That's why we're talking about this. That's why we're talking about you making money, because you have no money. Let's fix that, right? So don't be afraid to have those tough conversations, because they've probably not been, they've never had anybody really call them on the carpet and say, well, no kidding, you're broke, you never work. Or no kidding, you're broke, like you need to get another job, you need to get a side hustle. Like this is your option. That's why people start this business. And it's all about the value. I had a conversation with a gentleman today who's in his 50s. He and his wife are taking a look at the business, and he wants to start a coffee shop franchise in Florida where he lives. And to start that specific coffee shop franchise, which I think will be massively successful, is $250,000. Well, he's got $80,000, so he doesn't have the capital that he needs because he needs $250,000 to start this coffee franchise. He's somebody I want to work with because he's business minded. He knows how much it actually costs to start a franchise, to start a business, to start a brick and mortar store. $250,000 to $500,000, you guys. People who recognize the value, the deal of a $149 kit, you guys, those are the people you want on your team. Like, talk to those people. And then it's all about how much value that you're telling them that they're getting. Because at the end of the day, they're getting almost $400 in free product when they start for $149. So not only are they going to be able to get some amazing results, they're going to be able to sell some or either just their samples and make $100 back right away, or if they're not coffee drinkers or just they want to make that extra cash, there's a whole lot more money to be made right then. But it's all about how you present it. And I just want you guys to get back to being you. Scripts are great. They're going to help you. Like, they're there for a reason to kind of like have in your back pocket, but you be you. You guys, I did the same thing that Montana did when she first started, where she totally just screwed up and made all the mistakes. You guys, I sent out a bulk email to like Dusty's grandma and my grandma and all my friends that I had ever known in the military. And I like literally sent this mass email that was so spammy and obnoxious and like, oh my gosh, I just started this new business and we have these wraps and they shrink your fat cells and whatever. And I like it was terrible. And guess how many responses I got to that email? 0. So it's our job as mentors to teach you guys what not to do, but then also to give you the freedom to say, you be you. So the scripts and things that we have in the boards, you guys, expand on those, run with those, change the wording. If it doesn't sound like you, tweak it. Like if it says, hey friend, or hey babe, or hey love, or hey doll, or whatever, and that doesn't sound like you, change it. Okay? It's just a guidepost for you. But I want you guys really, really to just be you, be genuine. And that's where the distributor signing will come into play. So the best thing you can do is give them the invitation, share your story, why it's helped you, why you love it, where you're going. And then the way that I teach my team and that has been effective for me always, get them on the phone and answer their questions. Get them on the phone with a diamond upline, and your diamond upline is going to share their story of their success. So now they're talking to two people who love the business and have had success, or at least one person who's had success. And then they're going to present the business opportunity and break that down simply for them and answer their questions. When you can do that, when you can have, that conversation and then get them on the phone, your sign rate you have an 85% success rate statistically. It's pretty good. So out of the 3 people that I talked to today on the phone, I expect that 2 of them will sign. And I just do, because those are the odds. Okay, so let's get into, I just want to give you guys some content before we, yes, it is called Zip. So I can actually show you guys a picture of it. Oh, it's right here at the bottom of my screen. I don't know if you can see that. It's that one right there in the very bottom. That's what it looks like. It's called Zip. Say used to be Quad Pay. So you can download that. I prefer PayPal and Afterpay. I think Afterpay is bomb. I've used it in the past and it's amazing, but this is another option. And I just want you guys to know that. Okay. So let's talk about some things. Here's some conversations, and I'm going to put these in the chat. So like when you're talking to people and they are telling you that they don't have the money, I totally understand your money situation. If you had the money, would you join? Okay, I love this question. Why do I love this question? Because you're going to be talking to people who maybe haven't been brave enough to say, I just don't want to join you. I just don't want to do that business with you. And that's okay. Okay. But if you ask them this question and they're like, no, I wouldn't. Bye. You take them off your list. Okay. And then ultimately, if this person is not a friend of yours, like a real friend, not like a Facebook friend, but like a real life friend, guys, remove them from your Facebook friends list. That sounds harsh, but we're running a business and you have your friends from high school or college and family and things like that, your true friends, right? And then you have all these other friends who are from host to post or wherever. And if this person is genuinely not interested in supporting you, encouraging you, joining you, you have my permission to unfriend them. Okay. So that question is a really, really solid question. So here is another follow-up that you guys can use. So just as I haven't heard back, so just checking in to see if you're ready to get that $5,000 cash and bonuses paid out by Christmas. Do you have to wait for a certain date to join? I can always get your kit ready now and ship it on the date that you like. That is putting somebody on your calendar. And a lot of people will love this because it's not that they don't have money ever, it's that they don't have money right now. Okay. So this is a great thing to send to people just to set the date. And they'll be like, oh yeah, thank you so much for following up. I get paid on Friday. Okay. So use this to fill your calendar. The more people you have on your calendar, the more people you will enroll. Okay, so this is an option if they need a payment plan. Now, I do not ever suggest offering this until you've really figured out, are they truly broke? They're really, really interested. They want to join, but they just really are broke and don't have the money. I do have an option for you to make payments. You just need to download this app and we can get you set up this way if this is the best option for you. Or you could change that. You can change that wording. I do have an option for you to make payments. Do you have PayPal? Is that a good option for you? And then you can offer the Afterpay program. Okay, here's another one. This is another follow-up. And this gets people thinking about what could they do with this money? How would that change their life? Oh, sorry. That looks like it's one. You're gonna have to break that up. I'm just so ready to help you earn the $5,000 by Christmas. Imagine what you can do with that. Okay? Again, change up this wording to sound like you. But I love talking about this like I'm gonna be talking about the $5,000 through this week. Then after that, I'm gonna switch gears and I'm gonna be talking about $1,500 in your first 3 months because I just think that's bomb. Okay. How about husbands? How about husbands? Prospects that say, hold on. Prospects that say, my husband thinks this is a scam. That was my husband, guys. Absolutely. Okay. I have certainly had other hubbies in your boat, but here's the deal. It's only $149. You get almost $400 in product and personal website, so it's not like you aren't getting anything. Plus, if you really had to, you can stop at any time with no commitments, but I'm here 100% to help you get the $5,000 cash. How many of you know that a lot of people don't join because they're worried about being stuck with something? They're like worried about like, oh my gosh, if I sign up for that business, I'm signing my life away. And they're going to charge me like $500 a month for the rest of my life and I can't get out of it. Like that's a real thing. People need to know that this is no commitment. Like if this isn't working for you, that's totally fine. Now we want to work with people who want to work with us, right? But just sometimes saying that like there's no commitment is what it takes for people to actually take the plunge, and then they're going to fall in love with it. And if it's not for them, it's not for them, right? But that is something that is a good message. Okay. All right. Here is a post for you guys. This is something that I'm actually going to be throwing up later tonight. I'm going to give it to you now. Okay. Color background for distributors. And again, as you guys are having these conversations, you can go and use what's in the boards app. That's fine. But I also just want you to like practice voice messaging people. If you aren't comfortable voice messaging people yet, practice voice messaging your sponsor, voice message yourself. Like just play around with it because people will respond to you 100% of the time better if you voice message them. Promise, promise, promise. Okay. Here is a reach out message to potential distributors. Okay. I'm going to throw these in here really quickly because I know we're running out of time. Potential distributors. Hey dear, hope you're having an awesome day. Just wanted to reach out and see if you had thought any more about earning an extra income. We're launching, that's supposed to say launching, not lunching. We're launching something huge and I can show you how to earn $5,000 before Christmas. Just wanted to see if you would want the info because I know how much extra cash can help, especially around the holidays. Okay. Somebody doesn't respond to you after that and they're a potential distributor, you might need to check their pulse. I'm just saying. Okay. And here is a reach out message to your loyal customers. Same premise, just for your active loyal customers. Okay. So reach out to your customers, see if they'd be interested. A lot of customers are using the products anyway. It would be no different for them to work the business and share something that they're already loving. Okay. I've got Sheila on here. She was my customer for 5 years, you guys, before she decided to become a distributor. And she's got an awesome testimonial with the products, with her health and with her weight. And she can openly share that with her friends. So reach out to your customers, see where they're at. See if maybe this is something that they would be interested in. Okay. So focus, you guys, this week. Your customers are going to come. They're going to come generically, always. Focus on your distributors. And I want you to be bold and I want you to be brave and I just want you to ask. That's where your distributors are going to come from. They're going to come from you asking and being intentional and being excited, okay? And you are going to be excited when you remember why you're here. And also, if you can just envision what your bank account's going to look like when you get $5,000 deposited into it for your December commissions. Just saying. Like, how many of you are going to be smiling when that happens? I think that that's awesome, okay? So that's what we're going to focus on this week, you guys. We're going to focus on all the distributors. If you guys need three-way calls, I am absolutely here. Your diamond leaders are here. We would love to hop on the phone with your prospects, just have a real conversation with them, share our story, answer their questions. And even for customers, you guys, if you want to sign some really big customers, best way to sign them is to get them on the phone, because you can really answer their questions, figure out what they specifically need for their health. And if they don't want to hop on the phone, let's do a three-way chat, okay? Having that third person there to really like affirm the products and affirm the company and affirm the opportunity is so, so powerful. Okay. So thank you guys so much for hopping on with me this week. And I will see you guys back here next Monday. Bye, guys.